Evening, folks. Welcome to the Chris Salcedo Show here on Newsmax TV. What I'm about ready to talk about, you will not be able to see on Twitter or Facebook. I imagine Google will suppress the truth of this with their anti-truth algorithms. I'm about ready to expose liberal idiots, and nobody protects socialist idiots more than Google, Facebook, and Twitter. The anti-science left, another reason to never listen to anything these people say in tonight's preamble. Twitter banned a Spanish lawmaker from their anti-conservative, anti-fact social media platform. Did this Spanish lawmaker deny the Holocaust? No. Twitter allows those kinds of people on their unfair platform. Did the Spanish lawmaker blast Donald Trump for bringing more people of color into the GOP? Nope. Twitter allows racists like that to post on their platform. Did the Spanish lawmaker use anti-Semitic language or blame the Jews for all the problems in the world? No. Those kind of people are allowed to post on Twitter. So what did the Spanish lawmaker say that got him suspended? Francisco José Contreras, deputy to Spain's Vox party, was locked out of his Twitter account last week after saying, quote, "A man cannot get pregnant because men have no uterus or eggs." The biological science-based observation was deemed hate speech by leftist Silicon Valley know-nothings who now regard science as, quote, hateful. That's kind of odd for a bunch of people who strut around the country and the media claiming to be devotees of science. But Twitter is hardly alone in this. The so-called Party of Science, the Socialist Democrats, have been a walking contradiction on science for years now. They abandoned the science whenever it conflicts with their political needs. They ignore the science of lockdowns, school closings, CO2 emissions, the solar cycle, and masks. Case in point, His Eminence, Dr. Fauci. Here he is on ABC's This Week, admitting that he was wearing a mask for show, not because the science said he should.
I am now much more comfortable in people seeing me indoors without a mask. I mean, before the CDC made the recommendation change, I didn't want to look like I was giving mixed signals. But being a fully vaccinated person, the chances of my getting infected in an indoor setting is extremely low. And that's the reason why in indoor settings now, I feel comfortable about not wearing a mask because I'm fully vaccinated.
He said he was now comfortable with the people seeing him indoors without a mask. The question is, why would he care? Shouldn't a man who liberals contend is beyond reproach on science disregard peer pressure and only be guided by science? Fauci hasn't been alone in sending mixed signals out there. Joe Biden met with two 93-year-olds, Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Carter, indoors without mask. But when he stepped outside, where the cameras could see him, he strapped on his face diaper, even though science said it wasn't necessary. The truth is, science is subordinate to politics with these left-wing extremists. As you all know, calling America a racist country is the mechanism Biden and his merry band of Marxist-Leninists are using to rob you of your rights and protections under the Constitution. The 1619 Project and critical race theory are the dumbed-down tools to achieve their goal. Here is again Mr. Fauci linking the China virus to, you guessed it, critical race theory.
Now, very few of these comorbidities have racial determinants, almost relate to the social determinants of health, dating back to disadvantageous conditions that some people of color find themselves in from birth regarding the availability of an adequate diet, access to health care, and the undeniable effects of racism in our society.
Because of systemic racism, which does not exist in America anymore, Fauci says people of color are more susceptible to bad outcomes from the China virus. I am unaware of any credible peer-reviewed study that links America's civil rights era, the last time there was systemic racism in America, to increased lethality of the China virus among people of color. Now, this is a level of unscientific wokeness by Fauci that is unacceptable and dangerous. This moronic statement has officially relegated Dr. Fauci into the quack category. In a recent op-ed, Congressman Tom McClintock, Republican from California, opined that Americans of all races are getting sick and tired of socialists claiming our country's racist. Anyone with common sense or a desire for what's best for the United States knows that's just not true. Americans are fed up with left-wing politics infecting our sports, our movies, our schools, our medical fields, and science. Tell your friends and family the villains responsible for Americans never being able to escape politics? Left-wingers. If you want life to get back to normal, expunging leftists from positions where they have the power to unleash this harm is a good first step. It's time real Americans rebelled against the fake science. Fake science from a fake American political party, the Socialist Democrats.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.